In this video, I'll be reviewing the Dead by Daylight Resident Evil chapter, and sharing my thoughts about the new killer, survivors, and the new map. Let's begin by taking a look at Nemesis. He's the tallest killer in the game with a 32-meter tear radius, so he's not exactly a stealth killer. But with his 4.6-meter movement speed and killer power that can end chases quickly, stealth isn't really necessary for him to perform well. Speaking of killer powers, let's go over what his power T-Virus is all about. The first component of T-Virus is Tentacle Strike. Attacking a survivor using Tentacle Strike infects them, causing them to cough periodically and take damage from any future tentacle strikes. Tentacle attacks also build up Nemesis mutation rate. At mutation level 2, Tentacle Strike gains the ability to break pallets. And at mutation level 3, the range of Tentacle Strike increases. While infection itself isn't particularly threatening to survivors, becoming vulnerable to damage from Tentacle Strike is. Tentacle Strike can reach over pallets, small obstacles, and through windows, forcing survivors to play differently around loops to avoid getting hit. Survivors can cleanse infection by searching chests around the map for a vaccine. Using a vaccine reveals your location to the killer for a short time, and there are a limited number of vaccines per trial. Once they're all used up, survivors won't be able to cure infection anymore. And the final component of Nemesis Power is his zombies. 2 zombies spawn every trial and roam the map aimlessly. These will automatically chase nearby survivors until they run far enough away, blind the zombie, enter a locker, or drop a pallet on them. Survivors struck by zombies become infected, or if they're already infected, injured. While zombies are unlikely to hit survivors on their own due to their slow movement speed, they can pester survivors repairing generators, healing, or even show up at the worst possible time during chases. So that's Nemesis Power, but what about his perks? Let's start with Eruption. Anytime a generator is kicked by the killer, it becomes highlighted. After downing a survivor, all highlighted generators lose progress, and cause any survivors working on those gens to become incapacitated, making Eruption a powerful slowdown perk. His second perk is Hysteria. Putting a survivor into the injured state with a basic attack causes all injured survivors to suffer the Oblivious status effect, making it easier for the killer to sneak up on them. And last, we have Lethal Pursuer. At the start of the trial, all survivors' auras are revealed to the killer for a short time, making it easy for the killer to find their first target. So that wraps up the killer's perks, but what about the survivors? Let's begin with Jill's first perk, Resurgence. After being unhooked, Jill instantly gains 50% healing progress, allowing her to recover quickly and lower the risk of getting caught out by the killer. Her second perk is Blast Mine. After repairing a generator for a while, Jill can set a trap that blinds and stuns the killer if they kick the generator, wasting the killer's time and giving Jill time to get away. And her last perk is Counterforce. This increases totem cleansing speed by 20%, and after cleansing a totem, she gains additional cleansing speed and reveals the aura of the totem furthest away from her, making it an effective counter to hex perks. So that wraps up Jill. But what about Leon? Let's check out his first perk, Flashbang. After repairing a generator for a while, Leon can craft a flashbang while hiding inside a locker. This is basically a reskinned firecracker, and can be used to save allies being carried to a hook. Leon's second perk is Rookie Spirit. After completing 3 skill checks, Leon gains the ability to see the auras of regressing generators. This allows him to minimize regression time and keep tabs on where the killer's been recently. And Leon's last perk is Bite the Bullet. While healing an ally or himself, Leon silences grunts of pain, noise notifications from failed skill checks, and reduces penalties from failed skill checks. This makes healing foolproof and less likely to be interrupted by the killer. So that covers the new characters, but what about the new map? An iconic building in the Resident Evil series, Raccoon City Police Station makes its debut in Dead by Daylight. Fans of the game can explore many areas that will no doubt bring back a sense of nostalgia. From a gameplay standpoint, the map features many narrow corridors and short lines of sight that will keep both killers and survivors guessing as to where their objectives are. So if you plan on playing here, I'd suggest bringing some aura reading perks so you don't get lost. And lastly, let me share my thoughts about the chapter overall. As a longtime player of the series, I am thrilled to have Resident Evil as part of Dead by Daylight, and think this chapter offered a lot more content than usual. That being said, let me talk about Nemesis for a minute. In his current state, he comes off as a Pyramid Head Plague hybrid, a mid-tier, late-game killer able to ignore certain pallets and windows with his tentacle strike, similar to Pyramid Head's Rites of Judgment. His power also infects survivors and forces them to find a vaccine or deal with an empowered tentacle strike during their next chase, which reminds me of cleansing at fountains against plague to remove the broken status. So while I'm happy with the artistic design of Nemesis, his power seems like a rehash of killers we already have. One thing that is unique about him though are his zombies. We've never had a killer in Dead by Daylight that's had minions before, so it's great to see BHVR trying new things. However, in their current implementation, how effective zombies are is completely luck-based. Nemesis has no way to manipulate their behavior, and survivors have no way of knowing if their chase will be cut short by a wild zombie appearing. But other than the recycled killer power and zombie RNG, I'm pretty satisfied with this chapter. I just hope we'll see more innovative killer powers in the future. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for future content.